Every file that you will ever work on in a law firm is going to have a file number. File numbers are very important to keep your clients organized and to keep their work organized. So what we're going to do in this project is we're going to actually use Excel to build a little file book. And so here's a precedent for a file book. So it has a list of file numbers, gives the client name, the subject of the file, who the lawyer is, the kind of law that it is, and the date that it is opened. We're going to use a very easy to use little form tool for Excel in order to build the actual file book. So this is your end result. This is an example of what your end result could look like. Here is what you're going to start with, or start from, I should say. You're going to start from this handwritten client file book. So this is giving you all of the information that you need to have, and you are being asked to transpose this into an Excel spreadsheet. So this is your handwritten client file book. And let's have a look at the instructions here. So it's pretty normal in terms of layout when you've looked at the other project instructions. It includes a link to the how-to guides, and it includes a link to creating a basic database video. I've also included that video in the resources folder in this section, so we'll have a look at that as well. So you're working as a summer student for Mr. Grump, and the law firm has just begun to organize its file number and opening system, and it's going from the handwritten system into an Excel database, and so you are being asked to create the database. So we've looked at the handwritten file book. You're going to open Excel and create the database. You're going to use the form tool and do a screen capture, pasting that onto the second page of your database. And we'll go in and make sure that you see exactly where the video is for how to create the database and use the form tool. I don't want you to print the database, but I do want you to have the orientation changed and arrange it so that it can be printed on one page. And there's a little video for that as well, and I'll show you that. We looked at the precedent, so you know what a partially completed database is going to look like. And as always, double check the marking guide at the end of these instructions. And this is what I'm going to be looking at when I am marking your database. So just going back, here are your resources. So if you haven't used Excel before, we're not actually going to be using Excel right now for anything other than creating a database. We are later on going to be using Excel to create a couple of different forms, but for now we're just using it to create a database. But if you have a little bit of time, go in and read this information on what is Excel. There's basic tasks that a link there to read. There is a little video that Microsoft Office has created to start using Excel. There's an overview of the Excel ribbon. Here is the video that you really want to watch for this particular project. It's creating a basic database using Excel. And then here is the other video when you are just about finished and ready to hand it in, and you want to have it so that it could be printable on one page. Again, I do not want you to print it out. I want you to email it to me as per the instructions, but I want to be able to open it and see that you have changed the orientation and you have changed it so that it is printable on one page. So that is the project for this week. Let me know if you've got any questions.